Raise your hand to tell what you see in this piece of art. This is a photo of a quilt made by the artist Faith Ringgold. A quilt is a blanket made of many layers of cloth. They are usually very warm to sleep under. Sometimes they are made by someone in your own family and kept and loved for many years. Faith Ringgold learned how to sew and make quilts as a young girl. As an artist and author, she decided to paint and write stories on her quilts. Raise your hand to tell why you think she chose to do this. When Faith Ringgold was a little girl, she loved listening to the stories told by the grown-ups. She used many of these stories in her artwork and books.
My mother told stories. Everybody told stories. I was a baby. I listened. So my father was an inspiration to me because he was a very jovial person. As I remember many of those stories, I remember the style in which they were told. I remember how excited I was to sit there. I would sit endlessly and listen. I'd be very quiet so I wouldn't be told to go to bed. And I was fascinated that they had so many stories to tell.
This book mentions the name of Tar Beach. If you lived in the city, you might live in a big apartment building with a flat roof. Sometimes people will go up on the roof and relax up there with their chairs or have little picnics with their family. This is what Faith Ringgold called her Tar Beach because it reminded her of being at the beach. Tar Beach by Faith Ringgold. I will always remember when the stars fell down around me and lifted me up above the George Washington Bridge. I could see our tiny rooftop with Mommy and Daddy and Mr. and Mrs. Honey, our next-door neighbors, still playing cards as if nothing was going on. And BB, my baby brother, lying real still on the mattress, just like I told him to, his eyes like huge floodlights tracking me through the sky. Sleeping on Tar Beach was magical. Lying on the roof in the night with stars and skyscraper buildings all around me made me feel rich, like I owned all that I could see. The bridge was my most prized possession. Daddy said that the George Washington Bridge is the longest and most beautiful bridge in the world, and that it opened in 1931 on the very day I was born. Daddy worked on that bridge hoisting cables. Since then, I've wanted that bridge to be mine. Now I have claimed it. All I had to do was fly over it for it to be mine forever. I can wear it like a giant diamond necklace, or just fly above it and marvel at its sparkling beauty. I can fly, yes, fly. Me, Cassie Louise Lightfoot, only 8 years old and in the 3rd grade, and I can fly. That means I am free to go wherever I want for the rest of my life. Daddy took me to see the new Union building he is working on. He can walk on steel girders high up in the sky and not fall. They call him the Cat. But still he can't join the union because Grandpa wasn't a member. Well, Daddy is going to own that building because I'm going to fly over it and give it to him. Then it won't matter that he's not in their old union, or whether he's colored or a half-breed Indian like they say. He'll be rich and won't have to stand on 24-story high girders and look down. He can look at his building going up. And Mommy won't cry all winter when he goes to look for work and doesn't come home. And Mommy can laugh and sleep late like Mrs. Honey. And we can have ice cream every night for dessert. Next, I'm going to fly over the ice cream factory just to make sure we do. Tonight we're going up to Tar Beach. Mommy is roasting peanuts and frying chicken, and Daddy will bring home a watermelon. Mr. and Mrs. Honey will bring the beer and their old green card table. And then the stars will fall around me, and I will fly to the Union Building. I'll take BB with me. He has threatened to tell Mommy and Daddy if I leave him behind. I've told him it's very easy. Anyone can fly. All you need is somewhere to go that you can't get to any other way. The next thing you know, you're flying among the stars. In the book Tar Beach, Faith and her brother Bebe flew over places that had meaning to her. A bridge that her daddy had helped build, the building of an organization that wouldn't let her daddy join, an ice cream factory, and her own rooftop. Think of some places that you would like to fly over and tell why you chose them. Raise your hand to share. Think about which members of your family you would like to have fly with you. Will it be night or day? What season of the year will it be? Today you will draw a picture of you and a family member flying over someplace special. We will start by getting supplies. The helper at each table should get these supplies: black pens, white paper, and colored markers. The first thing that you need to draw is your horizon line. Next, draw the people that you want to have flying with you. Then you begin drawing the details of the place you would like to fly over. Add as many details as you can to make your drawing interesting. When you finish all the details, then you may begin coloring in with your markers. Near the end of class, everyone should get together and take turns sharing their own stories based on the story of Tar Beach by Faith Ringgold.